Hello and welcome to a Smurd P video, and today we are looking at Marvel Legends, Marvel Studios X-Men 97 Magneto. And if you're a mint in card collector, these figures are great because they just look the piece, especially if you want to stick them on the wall, etc. So we have the original artwork there, we have beautiful artwork of Magneto, and on the back we pretty much have the cast also available, and well, a promo shot of Magneto. So, without ado, let's get him open. So, I was very excited when this figure was revealed. I have wanted this Magneto for a very long time. In particular, I go back to a time when Marvel Legends weren't at the forefront of Marvel releases. It was the 3.75 Marvel universes. And I actually collected all the X-Men figures that were released. I did keep them on mint in box. I did eventually sell them all. And now, sometimes in hindsight, I think I shouldn't have done that. But I needed to at the time, just put it that way. You know, and sometimes you have to make sacrifice in life. But since that Magneto was released on that card, I think he was released with another character, and it had the X-Men 200 issue with it, where he was on trial. If I remember rightly, I could be talking crap here. I've wanted to see Marvel Legends produce this figure. So I know a lot of people that have only ever watched X-Men Disney Plus 97 had only ever, some of them had only watched the original X-Men and never read comics or anything like that. But us fans that have been reading comics for a long time have wanted to see this figure in this costume, because for us it was iconic. That run where he was acting as headmaster to the New Mutants, and he probably didn't get involved with the X-Men as much, and then he became the Black King of the Hellfire Club, if I remember rightly. So some of what I saw in Genosha was great. I thought that's what they were working towards until they did new Grant Morrison's new X-Men Genosha 16,000 Mutants Massacre on a whole different scale, because in that story, and I'm sorry I'm digressing a bit, they hadn't, the X-Men weren't there. Magneto was there, Key Pride's father was there, Polaris was there. I feel like there was a couple there, but there wasn't the fight back that we saw. And Gambit's, I'm sorry, spoilers, if you haven't watched episode 5, you should have watched episode 5 by now. I hope you have. Gambit's sacrifice, you know, there was none of that. So it was great. And sorry, I'm digressing. I know he wasn't in this costume. I love this sort of, this stern sort of look. The eyes are sort of looking upwards, but they are great, etc. We got this sort of, I feel like they've cheated in terms of they got this really purple cloak, perhaps from, probably from another Magneto figure, I suspect. We may see in a minute when I get them all out. But we got this sort of, this different purple. I feel this should be that color as well, because it's great. And then you got the M that looks like the Magneto helmet. I'll be honest with you, I don't remember if he wore the M on his top for, hey, I'm Magneto, or whether it was for mutant. I know that's been a bit of a joke. Hey, we all know who you are. You don't need to put Magneto on there. I can't remember what that was for, but, you know, it was the 80s. It was a different time. He's got long sleeve gloves going all the way up, and very, very simple costume, etc. So let's just look at articulation before we look at the other head. And, you know, the hair does go all the way down. I'm a bit irritated that they've got a pin there, because it sort of doesn't really work in terms of, you've got, I'll just take it off. You've got the hole is actually really high up, and I really do hate that. I don't necessarily think it works very well. I don't feel like I've put that on, trying to get that in that hole just sort of keeps it in place, I guess. But yeah, I'm not really a big fan of it. So you got nice articulation on the head, which is what you expect. A little bit up and down. The head is going to restrict it as well. You got butterfly. Sorry if it helps if I'm actually showing you. Got butterfly joints on the arm. The arm can go all the way around. You can lift it up like so. You can spin it like that. You do have a double joint there. Oh, that is crisp, man. Just remember, sometimes it is worth it just using a little hair dryer just to loosen up those joints. As you can tell, mine are very stiff, and the hair dryer helps release some of that tension. If you don't release that tension, sometimes you can end up breaking your figures. I tend to really like stiff joints, but sometimes you do have to be careful. The hand can go around, so I'm not going to pressurize that other arm on camera, but you can see, you know, I've got that on this arm, and even then, you know, it's slowly going, but I'm putting pressure on this piece here. So that is always a concern. I'm sorry I've digressed again, man. What are you doing, man? You're meant to be doing articulate. Look, I can hold my cloak. That's pretty cool. He's got a swivel there. He does have a nab crutchy there because he is hot stuff. Especially if Magneto is looking at this old man. He can almost do the splits. He has a swivel on the thigh, and he does have a double on the leg. Like so, and that goes a little bit easier. It is a bigger joint. Got swivel there. Lefty, righty. C and a down Z. There we go. Nice articulation. That was pretty cool, actually. I do like this pose. I didn't intend to do that, but hey, you know, that's pretty cool. So you can take the cloak off if you want to. So let's put the other head and the hands on. And I think if I had done this review first, I may not have captured perhaps what these hands and face are all about. They're about that, maybe not just that moment, but in my mind, it certainly shows that struggle where he's trying to repel the Sentinels, blasts, whatever you want to call them. You know, this certainly shows that struggle really, really well, and I really do like how that looks. And it's just great, and you get some nice poses with that as well. Even with the cloak on, I've managed to get some nice poses on there. So I probably wouldn't have done, sorry, apologies. I probably wouldn't have done this review in the same way as I have with this head and hands if episode 5 hadn't been released. I probably would have just gone, hey, there's some open hands. Hey, he looks angry. He's going to kill somebody. Blah, blah, blah. I moved on. But, you know, it just gives a little bit more meaning to it. And that's what I didn't feel with Wave 1 was I didn't feel connected to some of the new sculpts, etc. because the show hadn't been released at that point. You know, whereas now, you know, I understand Storm's, I understand Bishop's haircut, those sort of things. Grand. Anyway, let's move on to him and his buddies. Okay, apologies. I've gone a little bit freehand in terms of my camera because the amount of magnetism in front of me. So we've got Age of Apocalypse Magneto, Uncanny Magneto, 97's Magneto, I'm going to say it on my head. Then we have Love Triangle Magneto, Zorn, and I waited forever for more new X-Men. I can't remember if this is Toy Biz or not. And then Hero X-Men Magneto in the white costume. We do need the black version of this as well, where he went a little bit bad. It'd be good to get that head sculpt where he was a little bit bold after Xavier left, and then just to take off that hat as well. So as well as that, I just want to look at some of the 80s love we've got over the last couple of years as well, in terms of creating more towards the Australian outback, as well as, you know, just celebrating some of these 80s costumes that I have wanted for a very long time. Okay, a lot of these appear to be the ex-ladies of the team. So you got Rogue, Storm in her punk outfit, which was awesome. Now, I would have liked it if in 97 they did that progress. So Storm lost her powers. Then she did the punk thing, went a bit wild. That would have, but maybe they sped it up because they didn't want to do the Yukio thing. You got Shadowcat in her Excalibur outfit, Dazzler, Long Shot. We really need that Outback Colossus. I tell you, when we get that, that would be phenomenal. But you know, just a little bit love for some of the 80s costumes, which so the 80s is probably one of my favorite eras in terms of X-Men comics. So let's finish off this review with a little dance. Okay, not the best, but I felt like I had to give an homage to that beautiful dance between Rogue and Magneto. Probably not the best figures to put in this sort of weird dance position, but I wanted to show definitely the hand affection, etc. And let's be honest, I probably have lots of female hands in my collection from X-Men that I could probably use as well. But you know, just I mean, I could have done the other one instead of the glove hand. I probably could have done a little bit better than that. But oh well. Oh, and also I forgot to take this piece off because that's actually part of the glove, and I always forget that. So anyway, here are the two having a nice dance. I hope you liked my review. I hope you liked the latest episode of Disney's Plus X-Men 97. I certainly enjoyed it today. Today's obviously Wednesday. If you're watching this on a Thursday, obviously there's not a release today. If you like my review, please give my channel a like, subscribe. Be really, really grateful. Thank you to those already subscribed to my channel and liking my stuff. Make sure you look after yourself. And as always, embrace geekness. Take care. Goodbye.